Welcome to Trading Lounge for the gold and silver report for the 7th of May. Just looking at it on the monthly chart here, I just wanted to check in on the volume. We're not really seeing any serious sort of volume come in. Each bar has been lower. Well, it's obviously not the end of the month, of course, but we'll just keep an eye on it because a market moving upwards on lower volume each time is divergent. So we need to see increasing volume in that space. Anyway, what we're looking for here just very simply is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and going up 4-way 5. So I feel that we're actually on our way now with this, and we'll look at the intraday. But what we normally look for here is, well, a classic trading levels pattern, which is the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the ABC pattern. So we'd be looking at it a bit like this here. So we've got the arrival, which is here, and then the arrival and the reaction. We look for the first high above the level. So on this pattern here, we've got the arrival, the reaction. We look for the first high above the level, and then we'll look at this move come into play over here. So we should have a nice run with 5 waves up here. That's where the money is, and that will take us up into group 1. So when we look at the major level coming through here, which is the 2000, group 1 is 1, 2, and 3. And then the next level up is 5. But we normally find that markets top out, generally speaking, within 1, 2, and 3 here, and then they fold back. So we'll have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then folding back, and we'll be looking for 5 waves in this space. So let's go in. I'm just going to cut right through to the 4-hour chart just to pick up that this low area through here. So with that in mind, just get this into place. So first of all, this wave, blue wave 1 that I've had here, I may need to lift it up to this wave 1. I'll just do some work on that soon. But the really good news here is that, I said it before, we've had 3 waves here that can be corrective. So that could be a corrective rally to that point. But then we had this little move here that took out that high there. Not a big deal, but it was a little bit of big, from little things, big things grow, so to speak. But now it's just moved through that here. So that really, moves away any corrective pattern at this point. So we'll be going to the upside. It's just more or less how are we going to count it to the upside. So I've been counting it as wave 1 and 2 here. I may need to move this blue wave 1 over to this section here and bring in the orange one to here, but it's not a big deal for the time being. I'll just get that in the size of this in perspective of actually where we're going to that 2,200, 2,300 sort of area. Green wave 1 and 2, and then we've been looking for 1 and 2 here and going up for 3 and 4. This one here, you can see we'll be looking for 5 waves in this move here. So we could consider the in here 1s and 2s in here and a nice little third wave happening here. So it'll take us up into group 1 here of the 18 here. So in this case, 1, 2, and 3 again, because I'll leave it at that for the time being. Might get it complicated, but that's all good. So on the hourly chart here, we've got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. And as you know, we've been working through this. We noted that there was a 5-wave move here. So we noted as wave 1, we're looking for the pull back to the 50-60%. So that's coming nicely. And that sort of moved along. So we could also move the stop up on this here now. I'll just pop it up under here. we need to get another position. We can get another position just in here for this, because this will be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 in here, and then 3, so it'll be like 4, 4. So we'll see up here. What we're looking for next really is we want some support. We want to get a tested support on top of 1830, which is the top of group 1. So from 1800 to 1900, we'll have the Fibonacci sequence of numbers, which is 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. And then we go back to the beginning again. So they're the levels here. So this is all of group 1, and then the midpoint, and then group 2 here, which we can also put in as group 2 comes in also with a little level at 65 and 72 in here roughly. So that would be that. I'll just colour that in a little bit. Always nice to have a splash of red in the mix, orange, whatever. So yeah, what we want, because basically we've been working with this number, we've been working at it on the lower end. We want it as support, but because we've got a big accumulation process through here, that will force the distribution process up. We won't really spend a lot of time testing it as support, I don't think. But either way, what we're actually looking for is support on top of 1830, the top of subgroup 1. This is a minor level. We have major levels, medium levels, minor levels, and then sub levels here, and then you can go into micro levels. So once we get a tested support on 1830, the number 3, the top of group 1, then the market will be leaving this number and we'll be heading higher at that point. So because when we're working with this number, we use group 1 above and group 2 below as its swing range. So yeah, just letting you know that. So nice time to build into stocks now as well, because we've got confirmation that we are looking at a larger trend moving to the upside now. I don't think the tick chart's got, I haven't even updated the tick chart. I don't even know if I've done anything on it for a while, but I'll just have a quick look. No, not really. So it doesn't really matter. We know this is a wave 4. We can see 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So anyway, this will pop to the upside. Let's have a look at silver. That's the next thing that we need to check on. So with silver here, I've been looking at it in 2 ways. One is 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then going up, I had green wave 5 here for that. But I can also add 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up to here. And I'm just going to keep this count in the background here, because what it will mean for silver that if that's correct, and we do push up to say somewhere up here somewhere, then we would need to be mindful of a retracement at that point for wave 2, you know. So this may not be the correct count, but it would be one count that we would need to consider. So in terms of where to place the stop and those sort of things, if you want to navigate through that, well then we'll need to understand that. But the way that this is, see, all the ranges in the bar here are all really quite small, but now we're just starting to see these longer ranges in the bars. So so that really gives us the personality of the structure being more like a third wave coming into play here. So with that in mind, we look at wave the 1 hour chart, then this is probably more fitting and in line with gold as well. Sorry about that. So from the low here, we got wave 1 in blue and 2 in blue, and we may need to, no, I think we'll leave that, but 1 and 2 here as well. So basically 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Now in terms of Elliott Wave, we've got a 5-wave sequence, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So really everybody really wants to get the third wave here. And then in the third wave, there'll be 5 waves in here. So breaking it down, we want to get the third wave in here as well. So this is really the third wave, blue third wave that we're in, and the green third wave that we're in, and then we're moving into this grey one here. So it's really the third of the third of the third. So this is really where it can power to the upside, and we are seeing that here. So this is the time to this is the time to build in. The number 8 here, the 28 is a profit-taking number. It's part of it's a minor level. So normally I'd say we would end up seeing a bit of a dance there with some sort of classic trading levels pattern. But I think that we'll burn through that pretty nicely because of where the wave structure is within all of this. Yeah, so sorry about that. I just had to do something with that phone. So we can move our stop up, and we can also get another position because of where we are within the space. So let's move this little stop here up. We can move it up to there because we've got, some people might still have this position. We've got half a position here and one here and one here. And this is just 1 and 2 here. So we still need, just to give you an idea, we still need 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. That would make wave 3 here and wave 4. I'm only doing this roughly, so don't but the point of this is to say that we're heading up to here, so this is the time to get some in here. So we could actually just get another position here as well. No need to really wait for that to trigger in. You could just grab that, lower down. I think we also did a lot more on the tick chart with this as well, so I'll just check on that. Looks like I didn't. Well, we didn't get that failure from the 61.8% mark, so that's good. I don't need these. Don't need that. We can start working this now. That's there. Put this here for wave 1 and 2. This is 1 and 2 and 3 here, so that's going to be wave 3 up here for that. Wave 4, I'll just put that in there for wave 5. We can count this here as 1 and 2. That third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave there. So that can go up there further, that will be there, that could be there. This fourth wave can pull back to this fourth wave, and then that will leave the fifth wave up there for the third. So that's sort of where we are with that at the moment. So that's why we can go in long. Alrighty, I'll leave that as that and just recap this somewhat on the hourly chart here for that. So we know that that third wave is further up into that space, and that's there. Yeah, so that's about right, really. So looking fantastic. Well done, everybody that's got into this. Yep, I'll just leave it at that. Alrighty, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the weekend.